Hello students. So in the previous session we started the second part of the chapter, The Sound of Music, and the second part is about the Indian legend Bismillah Khan. We have read about the origin of Shehnai, like how it came into being. We have also learned that at the very first there was this musical instrument called pungi, but Aurangzeb, the Mughal ruler, did not allow it to be played because it had a very unpleasant and had a very sharp kind of a sound. So a barber played it for the first time in the king's chambers after modifying it. After he modified the pungi, he played it for the first time in the king's chambers. Okay, so Shah means king and Nai means barber. So as it was first played by the barber for the very first time, and that too at the Shah's chambers, means king chambers, so that is why it was named as Shehnai. And we have learned that the sound of Shehnai is considered a good sign and is still played in temples and weddings. And we also learned that the person who brought Shehnai to the stage who brought Shehnai to the stage is none other than Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now, as a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played gilli danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. So it is said that when Bismillah Khan was only 5 years old, he lived in an old estate named Dumrao, which is in Bihar. Okay, and he used to play gilli danda there near a pond. So gilli danda is an old sport which is quite similar to cricket. So earlier people used to play gilli danda. So Bismillah Khan also played gilli danda when he was only 5 years old. Also, he would go to the Bihariji temple, which was nearby. So he would go to the temple. Although he was a Muslim, he would go to the temple, and there in the temple he would sing this Bhojpuri song called Chaita. Okay, so when he would finish singing the song, he would get a big laddu as his reward, as his prize, and the weight of the laddu was 1.25 kg. So this big laddu was a prize given to Bismillah Khan by the local Maharaja for singing this Bhojpuri song Chaita. Now, this happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. So students, here it has been said that Bismillah Khan used to get a laddu in reward or in prize when he was only 5 years old. And exactly after 8 years of that incident, Bismillah Khan earned the highest civilian award in India, that is the Bharat Ratna. Okay? So this is the distance he has traveled in his life. From that 5-year-old little child to this 80 years old man who received the highest civilian award in India, that is the Bharat Ratna. So this is the distance he has traveled in his life. At 5 years of age, he would get a 1.25 kg laddu as a reward and as a prize. And at 80 years of age, the same person, that same Bismillah Khan, was receiving the highest civilian award in India. He was receiving the Bharat Ratna award. Now, born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Bakhsh Khan, was the Shehnat Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's Court. His father, Paigambar Bakhsh, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. So students, here we get to know that Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March 1916, in a family of musicians in Bihar. So he was from a family of well-known musicians. So we can say that Bismillah Khan acquired or got the skill of playing the Shehnai from his ancestors, means from his grandfather, his father, etc. Okay, so they were his ancestors and he got his skill to play the Shehnai from these people, his ancestors. So here we also get to know that his grandfather was a great Shehnai player. His name was Rasul Bakhsh Khan. He played in the court of the Bhojpur king, and we also know that Bismillah Khan's father, whose name was Paigambar Bakhsh, was also a Shehnai player, and also other members from Bismillah Khan's father's family, that is his paternal ancestors. Other members from Bismillah Khan's father's family, okay, were also great Shehnai players. Now, the young boy took to music early in life. So students, here it is said that Bismillah Khan started learning music at an early age, okay, at a very early age. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. Soon, Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Bakhsh to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Bakhsh was employed to play the Shehnai. So, when Bismillah Khan was just 3 years old, his mother took him to her parents' house, or to Bismillah Khan's maternal uncle's house. Maternal uncles means the brothers of one's mother, okay? Our mama, okay? The brothers of one's mother. So, they lived in Banaras. So, Banaras is called Varanasi now. And when Bismillah Khan saw his maternal uncles play the Shehnai, he was attracted towards it. And he also wanted to learn how to play the Shehnai. Okay, so one of his uncle was Ali Bakhsh. Ali Bakhsh was on a duty to play the Shehnai at the Vishnu temple of Banaras. So very soon, what did Bismillah Khan do? Bismillah Khan also started going with his uncle Ali Bakhsh to the Vishnu temple of Banaras. Ali Bakhsh would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. So when Bismillah Khan saw his uncle Ali Bakhsh play the Shehnai, he would get attracted towards it. Okay, he was very much attracted towards it. And Bismillah Khan would sit there for hours. He would continuously listen to his uncle playing the Shehnai for hours. Slowly, he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. So slowly, what did Bismillah Khan start to do? Bismillah Khan also started to learn the Shehnai. He started learning playing the Shehnai, okay, and started practicing throughout the day. He started practicing the whole day. And as Bismillah Khan was so much captivated or so much attracted by the Shehnai, he never got tired playing the Shehnai. Now, for years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangala Maiya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentices' favorite haunts. Apprentice means learner or trainee who is learning something, okay? So, the young Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. So here it is said that for many years, Bismillah Khan stayed in Banaras. He remained in Banaras and he used to visit the temple of Balaji, the Mangala Maiya temple, the bank of river Ganga. So he used to like visiting these places because these were the places where he used to practice. These were the places where he used to play the Shehnai all by himself. These were the places he could practice playing the Shehnai all by himself. or in solitude, means where he could practice playing the shehnai all alone. And that is why he used to like visiting these places. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the shehnai. So here we come to know about the talent of Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, Bismillah Khan was so inspired and was so motivated by the flowing waters or the waves of river Ganga. It inspired him to improvise, means the river Ganga inspired him to improve playing the shehnai. Okay, it inspired him to improve his performance. And as a result of this inspiration, Bismillah Khan invented something. Now what did he invent? Bismillah Khan invented many ragas. Okay, it was believed earlier that it was impossible for a shehnai to produce different sounds or different ragas. So it was believed that shehnai cannot produce ragas. Okay, but Ustad Bismillah Khan worked really hard, and he invented different sounds and different ragas. He invented different sounds with the shehnai. Okay, so students, we will stop here for now. We will continue the further part in the next session.